Here. So what have you heard so far?
You know, it's really timely for us because we're very much into looking at technology in education. We like to feel we're in the forefront, and here I am with people on the cutting edge, and I've already learned so much from the first couple of presentations. I feel like instead of the host, I feel like a participant, so I've really enjoyed it.
One of the things that Linda shared with me is the amount of productivity these younger generations are doing these days. They're listening to you in class, but they're texting them away on their BlackBerry. What do you see the trends going with that?
Well, we're actually looking into how to use that kind of energy and that kind of multitasking as part of our educational delivery. Things like podcasts and webinars and really integrating that into our education, because that's where the latest generation, the millennials that are filtering into our classrooms, that's where they are. So education, instead of saying you come to us, we have to go to you. And that's what these folks are all about.
So what do you think about the event so far?
So far, it has really been great. I've learned a lot and really enjoyed interacting with folks that are out there creating what I need to use.
Thank you for letting us use the facility, and we really appreciate it.
It's absolutely our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. With me, Julie Abraham at the CIO panel forum here in Seattle, TechExecs Network. Good morning, Julie.
Good morning, Tony. Thank you.
Thank you for letting us host this event at University of Phoenix here in Seattle.
Our pleasure to have you here.
So since you sat and listened in on some of the presentation, what do you think? What are some of your thoughts?
Absolutely very impressed. We see a trend in education moving toward podcasts, sound bites in education. We, University of Phoenix, tends to be on the cutting edge. We're thoroughly enjoying this and feel like we're in step with your group.
What is your role here at the University of Phoenix?
My title is Corporate Education Liaison. What that means is that I go out, mingle with the community, our local companies. We partner, share our education, our degree programs, but also our continuing education units, individual classes. We partner with human resources departments as well as training and development for specialized lunch and learns, analysis, anything that really works for a win-win situation for not only the university but our partner companies.
What about networking aspect of things? Are you meeting a lot of new people here at our event here?
Absolutely, and it's really the core of my position here is networking. I think not only business networking but social networking, business is moving in that direction, and again, we're proud to be in step with that.
Well, thanks again for letting us be here.
Our pleasure, Tony.
With me is Karen Nutt, Interactive Intelligence. Good morning.
Good morning, Tony.
Thank you for being a sponsor of our event this morning. What are some of the people you met so far? What do you think of the event?
I think the event is very valuable. I think the information shared is something that's of concern for all CIOs. It shows that everyone is concerned about both their data and voice communications, simplifying and lowering cost. Interactive intelligence is unified communications for contact centers, messaging, and telephony IP. I think it's probably key to note that we are considered a leader in unified communications by the Gartner Group, Data Monitor, Yankee Group, or a few.
Thank you for being here, and thanks for being a sponsor.
Yes, thank you very much, Tony.
With me is John Palton, founder of 3Sharp. And John, it was a great presentation that you did. So what are some of the key points for people that weren't able to be here?
Thanks, Tony. Yeah, we were talking about social networking in SharePoint and how organizations can really start to connect with either their customers or their internal folks and starting to have dialogues. Because one of the key points is that conversation is happening right now. There's a very sophisticated set of users out there on the internet talking about things on Facebook, on Twitter, on their personal blogs. And it's really important for organizations to start thinking about how they can take part in that conversation.
Well, one of the key points about 3Sharp is they're a national participant with Techxans and TechExecs, and they've spoken in Houston and now back in Seattle here. Now, what about the actual networking aspect of things? Who are some of the people that you met? What do you think about the event so far?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, that's the main reason we do this, right, is so we can start networking with our peers across the industry. And I don't know what it is, but you guys are really able to come up with some very great high-level people across, a wide range of industries. So, yeah, it's great dialogue. This is really the key here. I mean, the presentations are good. I have to say that, right? I gave one.
Excellent presentation, by the way.
Oh, thanks. But yeah, it's this networking that's really the key of this event. Absolutely.
Well, thanks again for being a sponsor. Thanks for being a presenter today. So,
thanks.
Again, welcome back. This is Tony Huang, the founder of TechExecs Network here in Seattle CIO Panel Forum. With me is one of our featured presenters from Dell. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name again?
My name is Mark Chacon.
I'm just kidding around. But, Mark, you did a good job on the value proposition from a Dell EqualLogic perspective. For those people that weren't able to make it, what are some of the key takeaway points?
Some of the key takeaway points is that nowadays with virtualization and virtualization technology, it's very important that if you're not doing it, that you take a very in-depth look at it and try it out, because really the future really is in virtualization. It's cost savings, it's agility, it's the ability to give your company the tools that it needs to be reactive in a very struggling economic time.
So from a target perspective, do you see yourself talking a lot of CFO these days because of their cost-saving efforts, or is strictly IT directors, CIO?
Well, I generally actually talk with the COO. The operations officer is generally the gentleman who has the most influence in streamlining the business and making operations run smoother.
Well, Dell EqualLogic is a national participant with Techxans TechExecs, and you guys are participating in almost every city, so thank you very much. We actually, I have some experience with Dell EqualLogic, so it's actually a very good vendor, very good solution. I was a CIO for two companies, so good job, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.